This is a hands-on exercise. Do it. Don't just sit there and watch. Hi, Dr. Tom Hansen here with your first lesson on this program, how to overcome failure and play as great in games as you do in practice. Now, when I interviewed Hank Aaron a number of years ago, he talked about how his mental toughness, his ability to focus no matter what happened, be it the home run record or having a child die or having all kinds of other issues that went on, it was his ability to focus and be totally focused on the ball that enabled him to put up the kind of numbers that he did. And I said, hey, so that kind of focus, was it something that you were just born with or something that you feel like you learned to do? He said, oh, no, I learned to do it. He said, it's like learning your ABCs. You do it through a repetition. And in many years since then, I've gradually developed a program that I think of as, or I refer to as my ABCs of confidence, and that's what I want to teach you today. Very powerful stuff that I've had a lot of really great results with. So, 3 steps. Hopefully you've printed out your little handout here. Right there, if you haven't, it's right above you on my blog. Be okay if you don't have it, but it's nice to have it. And step 1 is to remember a time when you felt totally confident, when you were playing the game and you felt totally and unstoppably confident. Now, parents and coaches, you do this whether it's back when you were playing or when you're parenting or coaching or doing something, but don't just think that this is something for your kids. You do this too, because you can't give away what you don't have. So think of a time when you felt totally and unstoppably confident. Not a whole season, but a particular game, a particular moment that you can remember and jot it down. I'm talking a little bit here just to give you a little bit of extra time. If you can't come up with one, just hit the pause button and give yourself an extra moment. Or think of, hey, what would it be like? What would it be like if I were totally and unstoppably confident? My first choice, though, is that you have a particular game. So we'll move on to step 2, and this is to replay it. This is to re-experience that situation. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Let that breath go. Excellent. Let the breath just ride out so that you get nice and comfortable. You can sit up in your chair, press your seat down into your seat, lift up through the crown of your head, or you can do this standing and moving with me. It can be a very powerful way to do this. You can really learn some stuff that way that you can't learn when you're just seated. So now let's go back to that time, and I invite you to close your eyes. You're welcome to keep them open if you're more comfortable. But go back to that time and see in your mind, see what you saw. See what you saw. Pick out a couple of details, a couple of fine details that just jump out at you for no reason, just to help ground you in that experience. So we see what you saw. Hear what you heard. What are some of the sounds? Hear a sound or two that you heard when you were just feeling confident. Maybe it was the crowd or the dugouts or the ball hitting the mid or ball hitting the bat or the umpire. What were the sounds? Hear those sounds and start to feel how good it felt to be totally and unstoppably confident, to just know that you were going to succeed. So see what you saw. Now make those images bigger and brighter, like you just went from a regular movie to an IMAX. Boom, it's big and you're right in that experience. Pick out a few details. See the colors. Make the colors richer and brighter. And the ball bigger or the target bigger. Whatever you're focused on, make it bigger and closer. And make the sounds louder. Turn up the volume on that experience. And make the feelings even stronger so that you're really feeling right back in there. And now just play that over like a movie. One pitch or one swing, whatever it is, one play on defense, whatever it is that you're seeing, just kind of play that over and over and over, seeing what you saw, making it big and bright, hearing what you heard, and feeling how good it feels. That's it. And keep replaying that, but look in your body right now and notice where you feel the most confident. Give that spot in your body a color. And bring that color up to the top of your head. Fill in your head with that color. And now fill your whole body with that color. Fill in your whole body with that confidence. And now double the brightness of that color, doubling the feeling of confidence in your body. And return back to that scene of playing yourself and experience yourself being totally and unstoppably confident. Walk into the plate or walk into the mound now, feeling really and unstoppably confident. That's it. Notice how you're carrying yourself as you play this over and over, and really let yourself go into the experience. Feel yourself becoming more and more confident. Notice how you're acting, how you're carrying yourself. How do you move when you're confident? Maybe move that way a little bit now. And how are you breathing when you're totally confident? Just notice as you're playing through this, what do you notice about your breath? Deep, shallow, short, broad? Where is it coming from? Just notice whatever you notice about your breath. And notice what you're focused on. What are you locked into? What are you totally connected with right now when you're feeling totally and unstoppably confident? Go for it. Let yourself go a little bit more. Imagine now you're feeling like an 8 out of 10 in your confidence. Go for a 10 out of 10. Let go of whatever you need to do. See what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel how good it feels to be totally and unstoppably confident. Great, and you can hit the pause button if you'd like to go a little longer. But now I want you to take your hand out and we'll start going through these questions. A, what do you notice about yourself, about how you acted? How did you act when you felt totally and unstoppably confident? How do you move your body? How did you carry yourself? What was your posture like? Were you moving fast or slow? Jot a couple things down off to the right of A there, under what you noticed about yourself. Jot a couple notes there about how you move and how you how you act when you're totally and unstoppably confident. B, how are you breathing? Was it light or shallow, heavy, deep? Where was it coming? Were you breathing like into your throat, to your chest, or maybe down all the way into your belly? I'd say, well, I didn't really notice how it was. But if you did notice, how do you think you were breathing? And make a note off to the right of B. That's it. Short sentences or short little couple words even does the trick. And C, what were you connected with? C stands for connect with your target. What were you connected with? What were you focused on at that time when you felt totally and unstoppably confident? We'll keep it simple here. It was probably like the ball, if you're a hitter, and the glove, the mitt, or a spot in the mitt, if you're talking about pitching. Whatever it might have been, probably the ball if you were talking about a defensive move or situation. So now what you've generated here is your ABCs. Look at the list on the right. Those are things that I'm willing to bet that you can control, that you can go out and choose to do. Your homework is to do this exercise at least twice a day. You can come right back to this video if you'd like. But you want to build yourself up and make that a habit, just like you would do some bench press or your shoulder exercises, whatever you might do to build up strength and condition yourself. This is how you condition yourself for mental toughness so that you can overcome failure. And in a game, you can be just as good, if not better sometimes, than you are in practice. So that's it for lesson 1. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.